Alright everybody, it's Big Beardy back again with another Sunday report. And this is where we just talk about what I've been doing in my week, what's been going on, and a couple of subjects which don't probably deserve their own video, so we cover it in the Sunday report. And one thing I'm going to say straight away, I've noticed since I've been doing this job, I don't get that Sunday feeling anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now, for those of you who don't know what that Sunday feeling is, I used to work 9 to 5 in offices. And that Sunday feeling is that feeling that hits you in the back of the head on a Sunday, like, you got work tomorrow. You know what I mean? Let me paint the picture. You get Friday night, you finish work, you go out, you have a couple of bevies with your mates, you have a bit of fun, you're really enjoying it. Saturday comes round, Saturday's a rugby day. So you play Saturday, you play rugby in the day, and then you have a couple of drinks afterwards, you have a meal with the team and all that, and then you go out, get a few more bevies on, have a great time. Wake up Sunday morning, a little bit worse for wear, try and get rid of the hangover. And then it gets to about 1, 2 o'clock. You're usually watching that dodgy film on Channel 4 or one of the old classics like Zulu or Spartacus or something like that, which is always used to be on Channel 4. And about 2, 3 o'clock, you get that little voice in the back of your head going, you got work tomorrow, mate. And it's like, oh, and it starts, and that's that Sunday feeling periodically. Let's get to bed soon, you got work tomorrow, you got work, and it ruins your Sunday afternoon. Doing this job, I never get that feeling, ever. For a couple of reasons, I think. First of all, I don't work a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. For me, this job is 24/7. When a job comes up and you got to take it, you got to take it. So you don't really know when you're going to be working and what you're doing, which helps with that. And the other thing is, I don't get stressed doing this job. I really don't. I enjoy it. You know, there is some stress involved, like trying to find the work, or, you know, if you haven't made a lot of money over a few days, you're trying to chase that work. But the general day-to-day, you know, I don't think, oh, I've got that meeting on Monday, or I've got to do that report, or I don't get any of that. I'm my own boss, and this is one of the reasons I started in this career. So I thought I'd just say that quick. Right, on to the work. I've had a really quiet week this week, for a number of reasons, obviously, everything that's going on. But if you remember my last Sunday report, if you watched that, the van had an issue. It went in on Monday. I got it back Wednesday. So those 3 days were basically written off because the van was getting fixed. Couldn't do much work. Did a job on Thursday. Didn't make a huge amount. And then the work I was getting, the multi-drop stuff, basically dried up. And it was a choice. Do I go out on the Friday and make some money? Or do I get on with some of the paperwork which I had to do? So I thought, actually, the week's a bit of a write-off. I knew I shouldn't, but I did. And I got on with paperwork, which turned out to be very important. Because if I hadn't, there might have been a big issue. So, basically, we all know insurance is very important for your vehicle. Having the right insurance and being insured, you need it. I made a mistake a couple of years ago. I had a car, I got it insured, and I was driving around. It was a little VW grey thing. It was a good car, that one. And then I got a letter through the post one day from the government saying I'm driving without insurance. Which I wasn't, as far as I was concerned. And technically I wasn't. So I phoned up my insurer and I said, I've got this letter saying I'm not insured. And they're saying, well, you are insured. And I'm not. I know. So what happened was they had put the wrong license plate number down. So when I was having the conversation to get the insurance sorted, they misheard me, and then I misheard them, and I didn't check the paperwork when it came through, like an idiot. I checked, like, you're insured, blah, blah, but I'd never checked the license plate. I just got it, I threw it, I'm insured, carried on. Got it resolved. I had to pay a fine, but I didn't get any points or anything like that. So I got it resolved. We all sort of agreed it was a misunderstanding. Fine was a kick in the teeth, and I was not happy, but that's what happened. So since then, I've always been quite meticulous with my paperwork. So what happened on Friday was I got my van insured, renewed my insurance on my van, spoke to my insurers. They said, listen, it's going to take a few more days for the paperwork to come through with everything that's going on, but you're insured, yada, yada, yada. Didn't get the paperwork, chased it up on the Wednesday, and they sent it through. Printed it all off, put it to one side, because obviously if you're on the CX, you know this, you have to load up your insurance so people know that your van is insured. As I was going through the paperwork, I noticed that I had no goods in transit insurance, and I'd asked for it. And this is why it's vitally important to check your insurance and that you've got everything you think you've got. Because I could have gone out the next day, picked up something worth 5, 7, 10, 15,000, however much it would be, had an accident, and I'm not insured for it, and it's going to come out of my pocket. And that's a career ender, especially when you're a small business, to have thousands of pounds that you're going to have to pay, and you're just a owner driver trying to make your way. That can kill your business. So I noticed it, I phoned them up, we got it sorted straight away. It was their mistake, because I'd asked to have the exact same thing I had the year before. I didn't get that. They put it on for free for me. All sorted. So, learn from my lesson. Check your paperwork. Check your insurance. Very important. Because last thing you want to do is take a job, do something, think you're insured for it, and you're not, and then something bad happens. It's covering your own back. So whenever you get your insurance paperwork, it's a pain in the ass. It doesn't really make sense. It's all legal jargon, but just check the key fronts. I'm insured, I've got goods in transit, I've got hire and ward, blah, 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 blah. Right, I'm good to go. So, top tip for the day, check your insurance paperwork. If you haven't checked it, go check it now. Make sure you're all right. So that happened on Friday, and that was basically my week. Yesterday, spent it with the kids, had a little bit of barbecue in the back garden, did some lovely chicken. And today, beautiful day again. This weather's taking a mick. We're all locked indoors and the weather's great. All right, as a driver, I'm not locked indoors as most people, but my wife's going stir crazy. So are my kids. They just want to be out. Well, I take them out as much as possible, but it's not that easy. So, a couple of things I want to cover on top of everything I've just said. First of all, I've completely forgotten it. I think it's RK sent me a comment. If you remember last week, I was speaking about things that maybe benefit you in your van. He sent me through a picture of like these strip lighting, because I've got it here. I use one of these little jobbies, and the only reason I've got 2 or 3 of these, and they don't give off much light. They're not great for in the back, but I use them more as reading lights when I'm in the back, because I don't tramp that often. He says this strip lighting, you put it on and it illuminates the whole back. It's 10 times better. That is something I probably will look at getting for my van, especially if I'm tramping more. Which brings me on to my next question. I was speaking to another lad who's local to me, and we were talking. He was going off, and he said he was going to tramp for the night. And it made me think, where's the cut-off? When do you think, actually, no, I'm going to go home? I sort of have, like, because I'm in Norwich, with the Norwich area, like anything past Cambridge, if I'm Cambridge or past it, that's it, I'm out for the night. I'm not going to, that's an hour and a half drive home, which isn't a huge amount of time, but it's, when you've done a 13, 14 hour shift and you're thinking, I've got to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours home, it's probably better just to put your head down where you are. So this is my sort of question for everyone. There's no right or wrong answer to this, but where is your sort of cut off when you think, no, I'm not going home tonight. I haven't got a job close enough home. That's my cut off. I'm staying where I am. So I'm just going to throw that out to everyone. Just obviously comment in the comments below. Just let me know, I sort of do it by, if I'm 50 miles away, 100 miles away, 200, whatever it may be. I know there's a lot of lads out there that go out on a Monday and they don't go home until Friday. That's actually a really good way of doing this job, because it kills all the dead miles. But when you're a family man like myself, it's a bit more difficult, because I think the wife would kill me if I did that every week. So that's just a question for everyone. Share that information. Where's the best, what is your cut-off? How far away do you have to be from home to go, actually, no, I'm not going home tonight? Like I said in previous videos, I've got people who live in the Midlands, I've got people who live in London, so I actually have options. Like, if I'm not going home, I'm going to one of them. Unless I'm way out in Wales or way up north, then it's different. But we all have different situations. Next thing, a little bit of housekeeping. I got asked a couple of questions. One is, who's he? Who's this guy? Now, for those of you that don't know, he's Mr. Meeseeks. He's from a popular TV show, Mr. Meeseeks, called Rick and Morty, which, if you haven't watched, I strongly recommend. It's hilarious. Very adult. It's an animated series, but it's for adults, and it's but it's very funny. Now, my wife bought him, and the purpose of a Mr. Meeseek is they get created for one purpose, and that is to make you better at something. In the series, one of the characters wants to take like 2 strokes off his golf game, and they just can't get him to do it. And my wife got him then because she says you need to get better at everything, so that's why he's there. He's there to try and make me better at what I do. But yeah, that's Mr. Meeseek, and he's just funny looking, and look at him, he's awesome. So that's Mr. Meeseek. That's why he's in the van. So I can't remember who asked me that question, but that's who he is. What else has been going on in the world today? Oh, a lot. But it's still crazy out there. I've been asked a few questions from people. How busy is the CX? And to be honest, it's something that Pete said. Pete the Courier Driver, you haven't watched him. Watch him. He's very good, and he does a Q&A sort of thing as well. He said, and I agree with him, I'm driving for a lot further for a lot less. But there's still work out there. We're still able to work, which is the main thing. Excuse me. So, it's not all bad. And, you're driving further for a lot less. I've been doing a lot of the multi-drop stuff. That seems to have dried up now, so I'm going to be going out next week. And I'm probably going to be doing the same day stuff next week, unless something really good comes along multi-drop wise. I don't want to be doing the multi-drop stuff, but they seem to be for a period of time. It's sort of secure work, you're not just doing one job, you're doing multiple days. So I'm probably going to be out, and I'm going to do a video, if that is the case, showing everyone what's going on, like a week in the life of a courier driver during the coronavirus. Just to sort of show you guys out there what is happening and how different it is. And I'll try and put a video together and then drop that maybe next Friday or Saturday morning. So the people out there who are thinking to get on the Courier Exchange, or the people who are just joining, showing how it is at the moment. And then I'll do one later on, a normal, when this is all done and dusted, of a normal day in the life of a courier driver. Because I wanted to do one of these videos for a long time. And then the coronavirus hit, and it's like I haven't been able to. So that's what I'm going to do. Try and throw that out to you guys so you can actually see what's different, what's difficult. My voice keeps going squeaky. And maybe, give a bit more of an insight of what's actually going on. And that's about it. It's been a quiet week. Like I said, I've had the van in the shop. I've only really done one day. I've been doing paperwork. Top tip for this week, make sure your paperwork's in order. It's a pain in the ass. I hate paperwork. I really do. I used to do logistics. I worked in a bank at one point. Why I had those jobs, I don't know, because I'm useless. I'm good with numbers. I think that's why I got those jobs. I'm very good with numbers. I'm awful with paperwork. So, but make sure your paperwork's in order. I'm going to cough now. Don't worry, I'm not ill. I've just got a tickly throat from talking. But what is it now? 13 minutes, whatever. So, please like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment regarding what sort of you cut off. Give some people an idea. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, Maybe I should be tramping more to save money because, dead miles. We all want to get rid of our dead miles. Maybe I'm doing it right. And also, please keep sending in requests for things you have in your van, weird things you have in your van, which maybe might benefit some people. I got a couple of things coming through. I'd love to get a load more from you guys. Don't be shy. Leave a comment, leave a link, whatever it may be. That's why we do this. And as always, guys, be safe out there and have a great day.